Hi everyone, welcome to another video. This is just going to be kind of straight to the point, sharing some of my favorite colors. I know from my watercolor videos that a lot of you really enjoy those specific recommendations just because there are so many paints and colors out there, and sometimes it's hard to find those shades that are really, you know, your colors. And I'm all about that custom color palette, and I get so many comments from you saying how much you enjoy my color choices and how much you appreciate those specific recommendations. So I hope this will help you. Now, I have a few brands here, and with some of them, some of the colors do carry from one medium to the other. And so, for example, with Charvin, I'm going to talk about a few of their colors. If you don't paint with oils, then you can find not all of the shades, but some of the shades, or most of them, also in their acrylic range. And the acrylic paint, I've only tried a couple of tubes, but it is beautiful as well. The oil is really glorious. But yeah, so today I want to share some of my favorite pinks because I love pinks. It's my favorite color. I love to paint with it, and I love using multiple shades of it. And so I wanted to show you some of my favorites. So I'll start with the Charvin ones, and I'm going to talk about bright pink in a bit. What I want to talk about are these three colors. I love many shades of pink, but probably my absolute favorites are the one that lean blue. So almost violets, or I don't know, maybe you would call these violets. And Charvin has so many colors, and I thought I would show you kind of how they look. I hope that this is actually the correct color. Kind of looking at their catalog, I'm a bit doubting that the Julia Pink is actually this color. I'm suspecting maybe there was a mistake with the labels, but assuming that there's no mistake, there are these three colors which are very similar. So we have the Julia Pink, Eva Pink, and this color which I can't pronounce, Cyclamen. So forgive me if I'm butchering that, but I wanted to try all of them. I really like when I'm painting, I like to use different shades. So here you can see like a flower. And I mix my own colors many times, but I actually really enjoy having just a nice variety straight from the tube. So as you can see also, this has the pigment on it, and it's all has the same pigment. I think there's also white in it. The Julia Pink and Eva Pink are both opaque, and this color is semi-opaque. And I just wanted to show you the samples so you can see. Here we have the Eva Pink and the other color, and you can see this one is a little bit deeper and it is not as opaque, but when you use it with a palette knife like I use it, it's still quite opaque. Most of the colors actually tend to be quite opaque, you know, when you layer it on thickly. And then I'll show you the Julia Pink is this color. So these two look incredibly similar to me. I guess maybe this one is a tad less bluish than this, but I just wanted to show you that I don't think you need all three. I would just get one, and to tell you which one, that I cannot do. But I think looking at them now, I'll probably go with either the Julia Pink or the Eva Pink. And yeah, and then there's the lilac. This one is already, maybe I'll talk about it in the violet segment of this series. You can see that it's also quite similar to this color. So I don't know, but I wanted to show you they are beautiful and I really enjoy using them, but when I run out of these, I'll probably get just like a large tube of one of them. So those are the Charvin ones. Then I want to talk a little bit about the Holbein, and these are all from their Aqua Duo Aqua. These are water soluble oils. I haven't tried their regular oils, And I actually use these together with regular oils. I don't really... My favorite way to use oils right now is with a palette knife, and so I don't need to like water them down. But I do like having that option, and I hope to play around with it. But I wanted to show you the colors because they're really lovely. So let's start with Brilliant Pink. And oh, also another nice thing about Charvin is that they have like these painted sample. This is like a painted on sample, so the colors are very, very accurate. This one in comparison is just like printed paper. So it doesn't really help you when you're shopping for these online, but it does help you when you're trying to like find a color or figure out a color. And also, if you are lucky enough to have these in a store near you, you can trust that these are accurate. So Brilliant Pink, it's this color, and to me it's quite close to the Bright Pink from Charvin. So I'll show you both of them. I feel like they're similar in tone, and just the Bright Pink this is Bright Pink from Holbein, and this is that, this is Brilliant Pink from Holbein, and this is Bright Pink from Charvin. So they're not obviously the same color. This one is deeper, but I feel like with a little bit of white, this would be very similar. So I would probably stick to the darker one, but they're both really nice. Next, we have Luminous Opera, which I didn't think I would love as much as I do, but I do really like it. I think there's something about it when you add it. I'll show you. When you add it to your florals, like here and here, it just gives it that pop. And so I'm really, really loving this color. This is how it looks. It is, wait, Brilliant Pink, I didn't say. It's an opaque color. You can see it's quite opaque. And then this one is semi-opaque. But again, when you use a palette knife, it's quite opaque. And the last two from Holbein that I want to mention are, to me, they're just like, I don't know, Holbein does these bright, bright pinks really, really well. And I feel like these two are no exception. So we have Rose Violet, and then we have Luminous Violet. I feel like Rose Violet it's kind of like my go-to hot pink, but I also think that probably there are similar versions of it in other brands, although it's quite lovely. So I'm not sure I have an exact dupe from another brand, but I really, really like it. And then Luminous Violet is very unique in my opinion. And there's something about it. I didn't think I would like it as much as I do. And I know we're kind of moving a bit to the violets, but yeah, I had to mention it. But I wanted to talk about it, and it's just so intense that, again, I really, really love it. Like adding it, you see here, I added some of it, and here, I kind of can't help myself because I feel like it has so much depth and also a darker value, but still so much luminosity and richness that I really, really wanted to mention this color. So these are my Holbein, like my favorites. And then we have a couple of Winsor and Newton. And this one, the Permanent Rose, is so beautiful and so intense. It's like a more, like a warmer pink. So not as bluish as like the Rose Violet from Holbein. But it's so gorgeous, and it makes such beautiful pinks, especially if you mix it with transparent red medium from Rembrandt. It just gives you these really beautiful, like corally colors. And yeah, I have to use it a little bit more because I've been kind of leaning more on the Holbein pinks and the Charvin ones, but this is a beautiful, beautiful one, and it is transparent, so you can do like those initial layers with it if you prefer, maybe add some thinner to it, but it's such a beautiful color. And then the next two I feel are quite similar and probably interchangeable, at least for me, and that's the Winsor Newton Magenta and the Van Gogh Permanent Red Violet. And you can see, I think you will agree that that's the Magenta from Winsor Newton. This one is the Red Violet. They're very, very similar, and I think you could use either one. This one is more available to me and more affordable in Austria, and yeah, they're just both really, really lovely for those darker pinks. You can of course mix them also with browns or purples, and it's just like a very, very useful color. And also, if you don't want to start you know, adding lighter colors to your collection, whether you just prefer to mix your own, then these like saturated, darker, intense colors are the way to go. And these are beautiful. So I would probably go, if I had to like really narrow down my options, don't make me do that, I would probably go with like the Luminous Opera, the Permanent Rose, Rose Violet, and then one of these two, and then Luminous Violet. Like these 5, I feel like I could probably survive with them as my pinks, and then maybe one of these. And of course I would add lots of white to create different shades. But yeah, so I hope this was helpful. I really struggle when I'm like looking for new oil paint colors, like those special colors that are just my kind of colors. There's very little swatches out there, and so I wanted to show you with swatches, and hopefully this will help you choose colors. And again, with Charvin, you can find a lot of their colors also in their acrylic range, and I think they are like matched, it's the same color. And then with Holbein, I think the Luminous Violet, I think they have this also in acrylic. See, this is the Luminous Violet from Holbein in acrylics, and it's again this really, really intense violet color. So if you're not into oils, I do recommend trying the Holbein Luminous acrylic paints, because they are just incredibly intense. And I just really feel, even, you know, you don't have to use like a lot of them. I mean, this painting doesn't have a lot of neon, like these fluorescent colors, but just like a little bit of them really adds, I mean, here, just that pop of Luminous Opera just really adds such richness to the look, and the same goes with the Luminous Violet. So I really, really like that combination. And like even in small doses, these colors add so much. So that's my opinion anyway. I hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know if you want to see more like these, so I can do one for, you know, yellows and blues. I would love to help you make better color choices when you're shopping. So thanks for watching. Bye.